So to make this a little easier, I'll just for the 2026 season, I'll just go with the teams that won their division in 2025, because I know if I go through all of these teams, I'm bound to make mistakes where I'm like picking a team to win that I actually picked to lose. So I think it's a little bit easier if I just go with the New England Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Denver Donkeys for the AFC. And for the National Football Conference, the NFL, the NFC, I'm sorry, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, so I'll go with them, and over the Dallas Cowboys. And 7-9 in Dallas. 7-9 in Dallas Cowboys. And Chicago Bears. And the Carolina Panthers. And the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll start with the New England Patriots, who had an extremely easy schedule last season, and they made the playoffs only to get completely embarrassed in front of everybody. And everybody was laughing, unless they were Patriots fans, but everybody else was laughing. Stop. So let's look at New England Patriots 2026 schedule. I love that they have a hard schedule this year. Enjoy it. With your perverted Mike Vrabel head coach, if he's going to be the head coach. They should have just went to Mike Tomlin, not this pervert Michael Vrabel, who chose Deanna Rossini, or whatever the hell her name is, something Rossini, over his kids, because he's a scumbag. So nobody cares about preseason games. Wow, whoop-de-doo. So we have the New England Patriots will be playing the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, a team that butt-fucked them in the Super Bowl. I'm going to expect the Seattle Seahawks to butt-fuck them again, because I think the Seattle Seahawks are out of the league of the New England Patriots. You got to remember, the New England Patriots had a really soft schedule. I think they had one of the easiest schedules last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was one of the top 5 easiest schedules, if I'm not mistaken. They had an incredibly easy schedule last season. The next game they have is the Pittsburgh Steelers, that will be coming to Gillette Stadium. Is it still called Gillette Stadium? I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, guess what? I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers to win that game, too. So, if I'm correct, the New England Patriots will start off 0-2. And the very next game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I think are a better football team than the New England Frauds. And I will take the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. Now, the next game, this is one of those games that go either way because it's a divisional game and they're always weird and stuff like that. But I don't really like that the Buffalo Bills, they treated their ex-coach like shit. What was his name? I forget what his name was, but he was also an ex-Eagles coach. One of the coaches in the Eagles. Oh, Sean McDermott. You treated him like shit. But with that said, I will take Buffalo Bills to win this game. It is at Buffalo. So I have the New England Patriots starting 0-4. But don't worry, New England fans. You start getting wins here. I will give you the win against the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't expect that. They're not going to start the rookie guys, are they? Or they're starting this? I don't know if they are. But I think the Vegas Raiders, I've heard that they still missing a couple pieces. They're not favored to really do much this year, but you don't really know until they play. But the experts aren't expecting Vegas to be very good this year. So I'll give Patriots the win here. And the Vegas is also visiting them. Yeah, I'll give the win to them. Next, they play their weak divisional opponent, the New York Frauds, the New York Jets. The Jets suck like they normally do. I will give the win to the New England Patriots. So they are now an impressive 2-4 record. Wow! The team that went to the Super Bowl last year is 2-4 from my prediction. Then they have to go to Chicago, who I think are a much better football team. I'm not saying Chicago's this great legendary team, but last year Chicago shocked a lot of people and was very competitive and went to the playoffs and pulled an epic comeback against the Packers. And the very next week they played. I think they played the Los Angeles Rams. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they played the Los Angeles Rams. Had a very competitive game against them, and then they lost a close one. But the thing is, sometimes when you have those comeback wins against the Packers, sometimes like the very next week teams just look completely like crap. The Bears did not. The Bears were competitive against a very really talented Los Angeles Rams team. So yeah, I got the Bears in this. So what happens then? You go 2-5. The next game you play at Miami Dolphins. I don't have faith in Miami Dolphins. If Miami Dolphins stink like they did last year, I'm going to go and say that this is a win for the Patriots. Oh, damn it. This messed up again. It always messes up because this website sucks. Because whoever made this website is a poopy head. Big, fat poopy head. There we go. Anyways, let's get back to this. So you beat Miami Dolphins. Congratulations. But then, guess what? When Green Bay Packers visit you in New England, they pack you with fudge or cheese, whatever you want to say. Yeah, and they win. The Packers win. And then you got to go to Munich, Germany, to play the Detroit Lions. Even though it says at Detroit, it's no home game for either team. But I'll take the Lions to win this game. Then you have a bye week, which you desperately need because you're a loser-ass team. You're the loser-ass Patriots team that nobody likes, except unless you're from the Boston or New England area. Or whatever, but if you're from Massachusetts, who gave us disgusting Mitt Romney, that fucking traitor, that fucking gross-looking motherfucking crackhead. They gave us him. Oh, you can't say that on YouTube. Oh, yeah, I can't say that on YouTube. So I guess I should put this in one of my bullshit accounts. So when they fucking block my account, it's not going to hurt me at all. Because I'd be like, ha ha, ha ha, lefty YouTube, guess what? You could suck my dick, bitch. Anyways, the next game. Let me pause this for a second. Let me pause this. Yeah, I'm going to pause and I resume this. So you have a bye week. You guys, you get to realize we stink. We're not very good. We have to get better. So you go on the road against the Los Angeles Chokers, and guess what? You get a win here. Congratulations. You get a win against a team that always blows it and stuff like that because they're known as the Los Angeles Chokers. The only time the Los Angeles Chokers don't choke is when they play my Philadelphia Eagles because for some reason Los Angeles always has our number. But other than that, the Chokers are the Chokers. And yeah, anyways, then the Buffalo Bills come to you, and this time I think you guys split. Typically, teams tend to split in their division, so I saw that you guys pull off the win this time since at home you guys desperately need to win. And then when you go to Minnesota Vikings have a history of being a mediocre team every fucking season, with exception sometimes they make the playoffs, but most of the time they're just a middle-of-the-road team that's a joke and everybody laughs at them. Unless you're a Vikings fan, but then other people laugh at them saying, hey, you're always a middle-of-the-road team. You're never going to win the big one because you're never there. You're never in the Super Bowl, Minnesota. So people laugh at Minnesota, and Minnesota's probably going to lose to the Patriots. I'm going to predict that because I think Minnesota's a middle-of-the-road team. I don't trust them. But then the very next week, this is what ruins your fucking season right here. This is what ruins it, New England. Like, you still have a chance to make the playoffs, to sneak into the playoffs. Probably as a wild card, because I think Buffalo's going to have a much better record this season, despite the fact that I'm not happy with how they treated Sean McDermott, little assholes. Little butt-fucking assholes. Stop. Anyways, Kansas City Chiefs bend you over and beat the ever-living shit out of you at 8:15 p.m. on Monday, December 21st, right before Christmas. This is the Christmas present for all Chiefs fans. They beat the ever-living shit out of the New England Patriots, and everybody celebrates, say, yay! And then afterwards, guess what happens? Then you split against New York Jets. Okay, you beat the Jets early in the season, who suck. The Jets always stink. They stink. But for this game, the Jets won't stink. The Jets will win this game. And guess what happens then? Then Denver Broncos, they avenge their loss in the playoffs to you, and they have Bo Nix playing this time. So you're not going to win this time because Bo Nix, the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos, is actually going to play in this game. As long as he's healthy, I don't know. Maybe I just jinxed it. But whether he plays or not, I think Denver Donkeys avenged their playoff loss to the corny-ass New England Patriots. The next game we have is the Miami Dolphins. And guess what? Miami Dolphins are most likely going to split with you, even if Miami stinks again this season. But guess what? You lose. So your final record is, I believe I have, is 6 wins and 11 losses for the New England Patriots. Congratulations. The team that was just in the Super Bowl last year is getting butt-fucked this year by a lot of teams because you're frauds and you actually have a tough schedule this season, unlike your easy-ass schedule from last season. Booyah! Shit. So, next we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I don't really have animosity towards, despite being the team from Pittsburgh. I don't really have animosity towards them, so I don't really care. So anyways, here we go. We're going to look at Pittsburgh Steelers 2026 schedule. And I have a lot of respect for Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're good. And, alright, here we go. I think they're a solid team. I don't know. Let's see. So here we go. Next game is Pittsburgh Steelers. Where's the schedule at? God damn it. I'm scrolling a lot. It's ridiculous. Okay. The first game for the Pittsburgh Steelers is against Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't trust the Falcons just yet. This might be a competitive game. It might be pretty close because Atlanta does have a lot of talent on that team. But I think the Steelers are, I think they're going to be ready to go. I think they're going to be prepared for this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'll take the Steelers in this game. September 20th, New England Patriots, the second game. I think the Steelers will win this game. I don't trust the Patriots. I think the Patriots are a fraudulent team, and I think Mike Vrabel can go suck a dick. Guess what? You want to lecture Christians, motherfucker? Want to lecture Christians? Oh, yeah, suck my dick, you fucking bitch. You fucking pervert. You fucking cheated on your family. You fucking scumbag. Yeah, you want to lecture us about the LGBTQ alphabet mafia? Fuck you. You fucking fat slob. September 27th versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this is one of the teams that people are saying that some people are picking the Bengals to win this division. And maybe they might be, because Joe Burrow is a beast, and if that team's clicking, they're dangerous for anybody to play. But this is going to take place in Pittsburgh, and for that very reason, I'm going to take Pittsburgh winning a close one. So I have the Pittsburgh Steelers going 3-0 so far. Next game we have is the Cleveland Browns. Okay. It's at the Cleveland Browns. I don't trust the Browns. I think the Steelers. Well, this is also a night game at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't care. I don't trust the Browns. The Browns' quarterback situation is really shitty. I will take an old Aaron Rodgers who still he showed last year. He still has it a little bit, and he's definitely better than probably what's on the fucking Cleveland Browns roster for quarterbacks. I don't know. I'll go with the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. That's 4-0 start. So now we have them against the Indianapolis Colts. And this is where I think they might lose. The Colts are pretty talented at times. Who's the quarterback? I forget who the quarterback. Oh, I remember who the quarterback is. It was the ex-New York Giants, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, right? I'll take the Colts in this game. It'll probably be a close game. It'll probably be like a field goal game, but I'm going to take the Colts. So now I have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-1. Next game is at Tampa Bay. That's going to be a pretty tough game. If the Tampa Bay is healthy. The thing is, Tampa Bay never stays healthy. They'll miss a couple of receivers. They usually get people injured. I'm going to factor in, I think there's going to be some. They're one of the teams that just don't stay healthy a lot of times. And I think in October 18th, I could see Tampa Bay not being very healthy. And maybe is Godwin still playing for them or something? And they're top receivers. Like they're hurting. I'm going to take the Steelers in a close one. I think they'll squeak it out, and I think the Steelers will be 5-1 because I think they'll bounce back from the loss against Indy. And then they play the New Orleans Saints. I don't have faith in Paris. I don't care if it's in Paris. I'm gonna take Steelers. That's a 6-1 record, I believe now, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm giving. All right. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns again, and I don't respect the Browns at all. 7-1 for the. So I have the Steelers going 7-1. This is not my team, guys. My team is the Philadelphia Eagles right here. I'm just looking at the schedule, and I just think that it's favorable to the Steelers. I think, I'm not saying the schedule's soft, like baby soft. There are some talented teams there, but I really respect the game of the Steelers. And oh my God, this keeps fucking up. God damn it! Can it stop screwing up? Fucking hey, bro. Well, check out this check. Anyways, let me get back to this. Where are we at? The bye week. I have the Steelers going 7-1. At the Cincinnati Bengals. This is where I think the Bengals going to get one. Like, I think they're going to split, and since it's in Cincinnati, I'm going to say, so it's 7-2. That's a freaking fantastic record right there. And then November 22nd, I didn't know they were playing my Eagles, so this might be a biased pick. I will go with my Eagles. So I think the Steelers will have a 7-3 record in week 11, and that's actually a pretty solid record if that's the case. But yeah, I'm not going to go against my Eagles, guys. I'm going to have a little bit of a bias against my Eagles, especially since the Eagles have been playing some pretty good football the past 4 or 5 years. I don't know. It's been a while. They've been playing some pretty good ball for a while. So they're a legit threat to anybody that plays them. And in Philadelphia, if this was in Pittsburgh, I'd probably take Pittsburgh. But it's in Philadelphia, so I think that will be an advantage to my Eagles. So versus Denver Broncos. That's an interesting one. And that's going to take place in Pittsburgh. I'm going to say Pittsburgh squeaks it out against a very talented Broncos team. So that would be an 8-3 record right there. And then versus Houston Texans. People are saying Houston's going to be a lot better this year. I don't know. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. So that's 9-3. Then at Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's going to be pretty solid this year. So I'll say 9-4. I think Jacksonville, they win this game. So 9-4. Then versus Baltimore Ravens, I think they bounce back and they win that. And then it's a 10-4 record, right? Am I doing the math right here? I'm not even sure. I might be screwing up. 10-4. And then versus Carolina Panthers, I don't trust the Panthers. So that'd be 11-4. Tennessee Titans, I don't trust the Tennessee Titans. 12-4. And then at Baltimore Ravens, I'll say that they lose that one because they're going to split. They're probably going to split. Baltimore's going to be pretty talented to themselves. So that record I just gave them, is that a 12-5 record I just gave them? That's a pretty solid record. I just gave the Steelers a 12-5 record, if I'm correct on my prediction. And that gets them in the playoffs. They might even win the division for the AFC North. So the next thing we have is the Jacksonville Jaguars. We do them. Schedule. What the fuck is this doing? Alright. It's preseason. What the fuck? Regular season. Okay. Regular season. Jacksonville Jaguars going to Cleveland Browns. This is for this season, right? Because I almost think this happened last season. I think this is for this season. I'll take Jacksonville to win this game. I'll say again, I don't believe in the Cleveland Browns. I think the quarterback situation's fucking shitty. I do think Deshaun Watson's probably. I think he's starting, and I would probably go with him if they believe that he's the answer. And ooh, look at this! Look what's going on here. Anyways, next game we have is the Denver Broncos at the Denver Broncos. I'm gonna say that's a loss for Jaguars. Denver is a really good team. Their defense is nasty, so I think that it'll be 1-1. But then they go play the New England Patriots, and I believe they'll beat the Patriots, so it's a 2-1 record. Then they're at Cincinnati. I think at Cincinnati. I think they lose, so that would be a 2-3. Is that 2-3? I believe. Yeah, I think it's. Let's see. Wait, no. Oh yeah, it would be. It'd be 2-3. But then I think they bounce back in London or wherever the hell this game's taking place. Hope I'm a fucking wake. I hate these fucking overseas games. But I think they bounce back and they beat my Eagles in London. Fuck London games, bro. They're bad luck. But my Eagles throughout history have actually had pretty good luck against Jacksonville in recent history. So don't be shocked the Eagles win this game. But I am going to give this game to Jacksonville because they have improved dramatically. So I'm going to say, so that's 3-3 for Jacksonville. They beat my Eagles in a crappy London game. I hate London. Or whatever, overseas game, wherever the hell it's taking place. And then they play their divisional opponent, the Houston Texans. I think they win that one, 4-3. Again, I don't know about Houston this year. And also, this is going to be in Jacksonville. Sometimes when teams come back from London, they sometimes lose those games, but I think they're going to find a way to win it. Maybe a close one. 4-3, bye week. Then they play their other divisional opponent, the Indianapolis Colts. And it's another home game. I'm going to give it to Jacksonville, so 5-3. But then at Baltimore, they lose this one. It'd be 5-4. At Tennessee Titans, I don't believe in the Titans. I know it's a divisional opponent. It can go either way. It's 6-4 now, I believe. I'm going to give it to Jacksonville. Then at New York Giants, I'm not a believer in the Giants. I think the Giants did show some talent last year, but sometimes that doesn't carry over next year. But you never know. But I'm a hater on the Giants, I guess you could say. I'll say they win this one, so that's 7-4, right? Then they play Tennessee Titans again. And I'm going to give it to them. I think they're going to sweep the Titans. 8-4. Then at the Bears, it's going to be a tough game for them to win. And it might be very close, but I'm going to give it to the Bears. That would be, what would it be? 8-5 right now, I believe. Then they play the Steelers. I have them beating the Steelers, right? Or something like that, I believe. Yeah, also, it takes place in Jacksonville, right? Yeah, I did have them. So that's a 9-5 record, I believe. And then Houston Texans again. At Houston Texans. I think Houston's going to split with them, even though I don't think Houston's going to be great. I don't trust Houston. But I'll say 9-6. Then at Dallas Cowboys, I think they pull an upset. A lot of people people play Dallas hard all the time, no matter if it's at home in Dallas or away. 10-6. I'll give it to them. Then they play the Washington Redskins. Wait a second, how did they get 10-6? Did I do some kind of math wrong? Fuck. Fuckity fuck, I definitely fucked up the math. Now I gotta go through this. Let me look at a notepad. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I just screwed this up. Anyways, let's see. So, I have them beating Cleveland. But then I have them losing to the Denver Donkeys. And then I have them beating the Patriots, so that's 2-1 record. But then I have them losing to the Bengals, 2-2. But then I have them beating my team, the Eagles, in London. And then when they play Houston Texans the first time, I have them winning it. And I think I have them the second time too, I believe, because I'm not believing in Houston. That's a bye week. They come back and they play Indy, but Didn't I get? I think I gave Indy the win, right? Or no, did I not? I think I think I gave the Indy the win, right? Yeah, I think Indy probably wins that, right? Or no, it's wait a second. It's in Jacksonville. I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to give it to Indy. I'm not going to give that to Indy. Fuck that. No. So it's 5-3. But then they lose to Baltimore. But then they bounce back and beat the Tennessee Titans. So that's 6-4 record right there, right? And then at New York Giants, I'm not picking the Giants. I don't trust the Giants. And then I do think they sweep the Titans, so I think 8-4 record, right? Is that right? Well, that's a pretty good record. But then in Chicago, I'm going to give Chicago it. That's an 8-5 record. But versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, but in Jacksonville, I think I gave it to Jacksonville, I believe. And then the Houston Texans. Shit, what's going on over here? Where are we at? Houston Texans. Did I give it to them or no? What happened? I just zoned out. Anyways, I think they beat Dallas Cowboys. It's a 10. Oh yeah, I did give it to them, okay. And then I think they beat the Washington Redskins. I don't know how good the Redskins will be this year. I'm not sure. They were kind of crappy last year, but they had a lot of injuries. Indianapolis Colts at Indy. I think they lose that one in Indy, but I think 11-6 will either give them that division, or it will either give them the division or they'll get a wild card spot. But I have the Jacksonville Jaguars going 11-6 for my prediction. All right, yeah, and this notepad helps a lot because I lose track of the numbers. It's pretty hard. I mean, earlier I was doing a pretty good job at it, but apparently I fucked up. Okay, next one's Denver Broncos. All right, let's do the Denver Broncos schedule. I'll go through the Denver Broncos schedule. Jesus Christ, accept the fucking cookies. It's ridiculous. And they're all showing me the stupid preseason games nobody cares about. Regular season. That's... So, there's a lot of questions with this game. Will Patrick Mahomes be back for week 1? If he's not back for week 1, I'm taking the Broncos. And plus, the Broncos know how to play the Chiefs anyways, so it'd be a tough game for the Chiefs. Even in Arrowhead, is that what it's still called? I'm not sure if it is. But I'm gonna give the Broncos this win, because I think Patrick Mahomes ain't going to be back. Versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 2. I forget who I picked in that one. I'm going to assume... Did I pick Denver for that one or no? I think I picked Denver for that one, right? That's 1-1. See, that's the problem. That's why I don't like making videos, because then you screw something up and then everybody's like, oh, you're an idiot. You fucked up. Like, yeah, I'm human, asshole. Of course you can fuck that up. Duh. And then they play the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday Night Football, blah, blah, blah. That would be... At there, it's Mile High, I believe. I will take a tough game, bro. I think I'm going to take the Rams. At San Francisco 49ers. 49ers, if they're healthy, I'd probably take the San Francisco 49ers. At Los Angeles Chokers, I'm not going to take the Chokers. I'm going to give that to Denver Donkeys. Versus Seattle Seahawks. This will be taking place in Denver. I'm going to give it to Denver, I think. I know they're defending Super Bowl champions, and they're probably going to be really good this year still. But, like, playing in Denver's is a huge advantage. Arizona Cardinals at Arizona. I don't trust the Cardinals. Some people think they might be good this year. I don't trust them. I'm going to give it to Denver. Versus Kansas City Chiefs again. This is when Patrick Mahomes comes back. He's definitely going to be back for this game, so I'm going to give it a loss. Chiefs are too good. They'll probably split with the Denver Donkeys. At Carolina Panthers, I don't believe in the Carolina Panthers at all. 5. I don't care they made the playoffs last year. They didn't look great to me. Week 10, it's a bye week going with 5-4 record. Little mid, but they played their divisional opponent, the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't believe in the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm hearing they're not going to be very good. I don't know if they're even starting the rookie or not or something like that, but they're predicting online that there's going to not be a very good football team this year. At Pittsburgh Steelers, I forget if I picked Pittsburgh to win this one or lose this one. I think I picked the Pittsburgh to... Did I pick them to win this one or lose this one? I don't know. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I already fucking forgot. And, I don't know. I think I'll give it a loss. I just don't like playing tough teams on the road. Miami Dolphins at... Miami Dolphins. You're gonna beat the Miami Dolphins, so you're going back to 7-5. So, and you're gonna beat the Jets. I don't trust the Jets. You should sweep the Vegas. Vegas is not expected to be good. I know it's divisional opponents, so sometimes that doesn't go that way, but they play the Buffalo Bills. Good thing it's not in Buffalo. It'd be very hard, and then I think they're gonna squeak that one out. It'll probably be a defensive showdown a little bit. I don't know. The Bills sometimes are known for their defense, I believe. It's not always their offense. Everybody thinks offense because it's Josh Allen, but they sometimes have a solid defense too. Last year, they showed a solid defense at times. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to give it to the Denver Donkeys because they're going to be at home. Then they play the New England Patriots. They're going to beat the fuck out of the Patriots. They're going to avenge that loss in the playoffs. And then they play the Los Angeles Chokers. Did I already pick them to beat the Los Angeles Chokers? I don't like the Chokers, bro. I'm going to give it I got them going a 12-5 record. That's what I got. Broncos got a 12-5 record. I don't know. The Pittsburgh one, I don't know who I picked to win that game. Like, when I did Pittsburgh's thing. Again, that's why I hate doing shit like this, because my mind's like... I think I would have picked Pittsburgh to lose that game because it wasn't in Pittsburgh. But that's not always how games work. Sometimes teams play better on the road. Sometimes you never know. Next we do Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia 2026 schedule. Here we go. Is my team going to be good this year? Am I going to predict them to be good this year? So the first game of the season is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Oh, can I say that on YouTube? Well, I just fucking did, you fucking cornballs. So the Washington Redskins will be playing the Eagles in Philadelphia. I will take that as a win for the Eagles. The next game is Eagles at the Titans. I think the Eagles will win that one. What the fuck? Eagles at the Bears. I think the Bears will lose to my Eagles. I'm also a little bit biased because we lost last year to them when they came to our place, but I think they bounced back. So I think I have the Eagles winning the first 3 games. Rams versus the Eagles. I'm going to give that a loss to us because the Rams last year, they should have beat us and they just blew it. And maybe something like that happens again. Maybe the Eagles just have... We always tend to beat the Rams like in these close, weird fucking games. It always seems like it just goes the Eagles' way. But I'm going to think that Lady Luck is going to run out. and that we're going to lose this game. But I probably picked the Eagles to lose against the Rams last year, and I was wrong. But we probably should have lost. Didn't the Rams kicker miss 2 fucking kicks, and all they had to do is make one, and I think they would have won? Or something weird like that. I think one of them was blocked or something like that. Or no, 2 of them was blocked. I'm sorry, that was the weird game like that, right? Yeah. Eagles at Jaguars in London. I did have us losing this game, so I have us going 3-2. Panthers versus Eagles. The Eagles are going to be at home, and I don't think the Panthers are that good. I think the Eagles are a much better football team. The Cowboys at the Eagles. I think we'll take this. We usually win against the Cowboys when we're in Philadelphia, and then we lose in Dallas. That's what's been happening the past couple of years, I think. We usually split with them like that. So we'll go that way. The Eagles at the Washington Redskins. See, the thing I hate is that the Eagles, I feel like, are a better team than the Washington Redskins, but I think Redskins are going to win this game. So it gives us a 5-3 record. I mean, I don't like saying that. I just got this thing in my heart. It just feels like I feel like we're a better team than us. I feel like the Redskins are a crappier version of us. But for some reason, we played down to their level, and I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to fuck that game up for some reason. Giants versus the Eagles. We'll win this game. I don't have respect for the Giants. I think the Giants are... But you know what? They proved me wrong last year when they upset us in Philadelphia, I believe it was. Steelers versus the Eagles. I believe I picked my Eagles to win this game, and I will pick them to win. 7-3 record. That's a pretty good record right there. In Week 11, they have 7-3, pretty good record. Eagles at Cowboys. This is where we're going to get that loss because we're probably going to split with them, just like we're probably split with the Redskins, even though I don't want to. Eagles at the Cardinals. I don't know. I'm not believing the Cardinals. I don't know why some people are hyping them up a little bit. Is Kyler Murray still their fucking quarterback? No. What the hell? What the fuck is going on? Okay. Anyways, where was I at? Jesus Christ, I just... Yeah, I have us beating the Cardinals, right? And then the next game, Colts at the Eagles. It's going to be probably a little bit of a tough game, but I'm going to go with my Eagles. We're at home. This was in Indy. I think I might be going with Indy, but I think we should win this game. So that's 9-4 record, really impressive. Seahawks versus the Eagles. We have a history of just doing bad against the Seattle Seahawks. And Seahawks are the defending Super Bowl champions. I know it's in Philadelphia, but I'm going to go with history. Hopefully history changes, but I don't think so. I'm going to give us a loss. I don't want to, but it is what it is. Texans versus the Eagles. Yeah. We have never, ever in franchise history lost to a Houston NFL team. I hope I did not just jinx that by saying that. But I also don't think Texans are going to be that good this year. But there are a couple games throughout history, the Texans, even when they're not great, they've given us a fight because I think they just know, the fans know, and the team knows. This is the only team the Eagles are undefeated against. We were undefeated against the Houston Texans and the Houston Oilers. I want to keep it that way because when we lost to the Jets a couple years ago, it sucked. Because it was cool to be like, we're undefeated against 2 franchises. Now we're only undefeated against 1. And I'm not even expecting Texas to be that great. And I think the Eagles should be able to win. It's an 8-15 game in Philadelphia. Yeah, 10-5 record, pretty solid. Eagles at 49ers. I would say this is a game we're going to get vengeance or avenge our loss from the playoffs last year. You know what? The 49ers could be banged up. Oh, shit. Never mind. They were banged up when they played us before. Give it to the fucking 49ers. I don't want to. I really don't want to, but then I just thought about it. I'm thinking, even if the Niners are banged up at this point in the season, they are often throughout their recent history, it's just... I got to give it to them, I think. Eagles at Giants. I think the Eagles will bounce back. 11-6 record. It would probably be enough to be the division winner. Actually, weren't we 11-6 last season? So am I predicting? Did I just predict something that's identical to last season? Let's look. I think it was. Yep, 11-6 last season. That's funny. That's what I'm predicting this season. That's really fucking funny. My eyes are hurting. Let's go to Bears. Bears 2026 schedule. So here we go. Set up the cookies. Oh, god damn it. Regular season, the Chicago Bears at Carolina. The Bears should win this game. I don't have faith in Carolina. I think Carolina's stinky. Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. That is not at Minnesota. That's in Chicago. I'll give it to the Bears. The Bears are going to lose against us. We're going to go to Chicago and upset. I don't know if it's even an upset or not. Because Eagles might be the favorite. I'm not sure. I didn't look at anything. But I'll say that's their first loss. Then they play the Jets. Yeah, I'm not picking the Jets over the goddamn Bears. That would be really stupid. 3-1. Then they're at Green Bay. This is a game that means a lot to Green Bay, and I'll tell you why. It's in Green Bay because last season the Bears had the Packers number and came back on them. Was it twice, I think, or was it 3 times they came back on them? All I know is that this game means a shit ton to the fucking Packers. Yeah, it's in Green Bay. I'm gonna say that's a loss. But then I think the Bears bounce back, beat the Falcons. I don't trust the Falcons. Patriots suck ass. The Bears should be able to beat them. 5-2. Seattle Seahawks at Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, you ain't winning that. 5-3. Versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's later in the season. Tampa Bay is prone to injuries. I'll give it to the Bears. 6-3. I don't trust Tampa Bay at all. They always have like a health issue going on. Bye week, and then you go back to playing the Saints. I don't know what the Saints are expected to be this year, but I think the Bears should be able to handle them. And then at Detroit Lions, depending on what the Lions look like and stuff like that, the Lions are better than they were last season. I think the Bears should. Well, if they're better than last season, the Bears aren't going to win this game. Not in Detroit, so it's a 4th loss. Then versus Jacksonville Jaguars in Chicago. I forget who I gave the win for this in when I picked my Jacksonville Jaguars one. But I'm going to give the win to the Bears because it's in Chicago. And I don't know. That's just how I see it. At Miami Dolphins, yeah, I don't have faith in Miami Dolphins. 9-4. At Buffalo Bills, you're going to lose that one. Yeah, that's not going to happen. You're not winning that one. 9-5. Versus Green Bay Packers, I think the Bears they split with Green Bay, 10-5. Versus Detroit Lions, I think they split, 11-5. At Minnesota Vikings, this is tricky. Even if Minnesota's not great, this is like the final game of the season. People play for pride a lot of times, and Bears might even be sick because they might win their division with 11-6. So, wow, this is funny. And I believe the Bears were 11-6 last season, too, just like my Eagles were. So I'm predicting 11-6 for the Bears. Interesting. Yeah, they were 11-6 last season, too. That's funny. And Carolina won with a really crappy record, 8-9. That might even happen again with the NFC South. I don't know. I'm looking at these teams. I don't think anybody's really expected to be good. I think Tampa might be like... People think they could be good, but the problem is Tampa doesn't stay healthy. And Atlanta always has a shot too, but I don't know. They kind of like Atlanta collapsed at times last season. So the next one, we have Carolina Panthers. schedule 2026. Doing multiple things right now. That's why I'm sorry if you're wasting people's time. So you don't have to watch this video. I'm just a goofball, anyways. What's going on here? Let's have fun. Two people. It's a mirror. It's two people. Oh, you got tats, and tats are gross. We can't say that. I just did. Oops. So next one is Carolina Panthers. So that's preseason, right? Okay. Yeah, Carolina, you are not beating the Bears. I don't care if it takes place in fucking Carolina. I'm going with the Bears. Atlanta Falcons. Dude, I don't think Carolina's gonna be that good. I don't know. I don't trust Carolina. Like I'll say that Falcons will win that one. Cleveland at Cleveland Browns. Two doo-doo teams going at it, I would say, because I'm not predicting Carolina to be great. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's their first win is against Cleveland because Cleveland sucks. Cleveland might go fucking 0-17. No, don't say that. Okay, they won't go with team, but I don't expect them to be very good. Detroit Lions. Yeah, you're gonna lose to the Lions. Week 5 bye 1-3. Then you're at my Philadelphia Eagles and you take a fucking loss. You stink, Carolina. Then you play your divisional opponent, Tampa Bay. These are divisional games. Can sometimes go either way, but I'm gonna go with Tampa. Even if Tampa's injured at that point in the season, I just think that Carolina. I don't trust Carolina. At Green Bay, yeah, nope. Oh wow, Carolina's got a really hard schedule. They're playing a lot of talented teams, but they can beat the Saints because I don't trust the Saints. So we can give you a second win. Baltimore Ravens, you're not beating Baltimore. Oh my God, this is a fairly tough schedule. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, yeah, I think Tampa sweeps you guys in your division. Whoops, I'm sorry, I mistyped that. That's another loss. Yeah, you're not beating Tampa. I mean, you could, but I don't believe so. Minnesota Vikings. Dude, this is like one of the games Minnesota can win. They can win this. And it's at Minnesota. Yeah, I'll give that to Minnesota. New Orleans Saints. You can beat the Saints. You can sweep the Saints, bro. I don't trust the Saints. I think the Saints might really suck this year. Cincinnati Bengals. You're not beating Cincinnati. Jesus Christ. At Pittsburgh. Boom. Wow. Seattle Seahawks. Boom. Wow. And then Atlanta. Atlanta could beat you again. They could sweep you. I don't fucking trust your team. I don't trust you guys. Dude, I got Carolina going 3-14. Sorry, Carolina fans. I'm not a believer in your team. I probably wasn't even a believer in your team last season, and that division stunk, and won with 8 wins. This season, you guys got a really tough schedule, though. Let's count how many tough-ass opponents the Carolina Panthers have this season. There's a lot. So you have Chicago. That's one tough opponent. Well, I'm not going to count I'm not going to even count divisional opponents, so we're not going to put Atlanta there, because also I think Atlanta's not going to be great, but I think they're good enough to beat Carolina. Detroit Lions, another tough opponent. Philadelphia Eagles, another tough opponent. Green Bay Packers, another tough opponent. Denver Broncos, another tough opponent. Baltimore Ravens, that's the 6th tough opponent. And Pittsburgh Steelers, 7. 7 tough opponents. Seattle Seahawks, 8. 8 teams, and I wouldn't be shocked if all 8 teams beat your Carolina. That's what I predicted anyways. That's 0-8 against 8 fucking talented teams. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. You're in trouble. Carolina's going to stink this season. I almost guarantee you it. I'm not an expert in football, but I think that's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because I said so. Alright. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ, can this scroll? Damn it. Accept cookies. Jesus Christ. So regular season, we're going to have a rematch of the Super Bowl where the Seattle Seahawks totally butt-fucked New England Patriots and embarrassed them in front of everybody, because everybody knows that has a brain knew that New England Patriots had a really easy schedule last year. They even, in the AFC Championship game, they got to play a backup quarterback, not Bo Nix, because if Bo Nix was playing, the Patriots probably wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. But like their overall schedule last season, the regular season for the Patriots was not great. Wait, let me just keep track. I'm messing this up. So, Seattle will start off 1-0, probably embarrass them. Then Seattle is at the divisional opponent, Arizona. I'm not a believer in Arizona. I know it's a divisional game. They can sometimes go either way. 2-0 at the Washington Redskins. This is one of those weird games. This is like an opponent Seattle shouldn't lose to, but because of that, and it's on the road, it's fairly early in the season. I'm gonna say that this is a weird loss. It's not a loss most people will predict, but I'm gonna say the Redskins upset. The Los Angeles Chokers, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks. The San Francisco 49ers in Seattle, I'll go with Seattle. At Denver, this is where Seattle loses to, I think. Versus Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes will be back for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna get. Well, it's still early. They'll probably start. The record will get better, like it does all the time. Versus Chicago Bears. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to Seattle. It's in Seattle. I believe that's what I did when I picked the Bears games. And then against, I think I'll sweep their divisional opponent, the Cardinals, probably. At Las Vegas Raiders, not a believer in the Raiders until they show us something. Maybe they do show us something this year, I don't know. Bye. And then at San Francisco 49ers, they're going to split with San Francisco. Well, so that's a loss. Versus Dallas Cowboys, they'll bounce back from a loss and they'll take out the Cowboys. Thank you for taking out the Cowboys if you do so. And then they play the New York Giants. They should win against the Giants. Oh shit, somebody just popped up. Who just popped up? Did she just pop up? It's a little too early or no? No, it might not be. Let's see. No, she didn't pop up. Okay. The New York Giants. At Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I had my Eagles losing this one, so that's 10-4. Versus Las Vegas Rams, that's in Seattle. Is that in Seattle? It's a game the Rams definitely want to win. I think I'm going to go with the Rams. On the road in Seattle in an upset. But then they bounce back and they beat Carolina. They're 11-5. Because Carolina sucks ass. Los Angeles Rams at Los Angeles. This can decide who wins the division probably. And I am going to say dun 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 11-6. I think Seattle will be a wild card. I think the Rams will probably win the division because if Rams win both the important games against them, that gives them the division lead. It may even be 11-6 for the Rams or something. I gotta look at the Rams record. Actually, let's cheat. Let's cheat a little bit. I want to see what the Rams record is if I just predicted this for Seattle. So Seattle is 11-6, just like my Eagles and the Bears. from what I'm seeing. So let's look at the Los Angeles Rams schedule. Because this will be interesting. So I'm cheating here a little bit. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I was only supposed to do the divisional leaders from last season, but I kind of want to see like what I'm going to predict with the Rams. So those are San Francisco 49ers. I will give the Rams the win. That's also in Los Angeles, but might be more 49ers fans in the stadium actually. But I still go with the Rams. I think the Rams are a little bit better of a team. But both teams are healthy right now, so don't be shocked if the Niners win this game. But I'm going to go with the Rams, though. Next game, the Rams are beating the Giants. At Denver, the Rams are going to lose that one. I think I predicted that when I picked Denver, right? I believe. But then they will bounce back and they will beat my Eagles. They will beat my Eagles. Because we're due for a loss against the Rams. I hate to say that. I hope I'm wrong. Alright. Versus the Buffalo Bills. This is in Los Angeles. Yeah, I'm going to go with the... I think I picked the Rams to win that one, alright? I'm not sure, though. This is going to be a good game. Cardinals. I'm not a believer in the Cardinals. Las Vegas. I don't care if that's in Las Vegas. I don't believe in Las Vegas. Los Angeles Chokers. The Los Angeles Chokers. I don't believe in them at all until they prove me wrong. At Washington Redskins. This is a weird game. Washington's gonna be like one of those weird teams that just upset and people don't realize like you're not expecting it. You're thinking, oh no, so this is an overseas game. Yeah, so it's not in Washington, but I don't care. I'm gonna go with the upset. At the Cardinals, yeah, I'm not a believer in the Cardinals. Maybe I'm a hater. Bye week, then versus Green Bay Packers. I think they'll lose against the Packers for some fucking reason, despite the fact that it's going to be taking place in Los Angeles. But yeah, I'm gonna go loss. I think Packers find a way to win. Then they play Green Bay. I'm sorry. They play the Chiefs in Kansas City. Yeah, it's another loss. At San Francisco. At San Francisco. She's gonna pop up soon. Okay, at San Francisco. This is later in the season. San Francisco might be banged up a little bit. I guess I'm going to give the sweep to the sweep because I think they already played them earlier. And then they played Dallas Cowboys. 10-4. Then they got the Seattle Seahawks. At Seattle, I think they upset, so I'm going to give it to them. And then they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to give it to them. And then they play the Seattle Seahawks. And I did have them beaten. So, if Seattle loses both games, I have the Rams with a 13-4 record. That's a fucking great record. So yeah, that's what I'm predicting. If you think I'm a moron, just leave it in the comments section saying you're a moron. You don't know shit about football. How dare you insult my Carolina Panthers? Or how dare you insult my who else did I fucking insult? My New Orleans Saints. They'll be great this year. You talking shit about my New Orleans Saints or my Carolina Panthers? Ba 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 ba.